Hey y'all. All right, how you doing today? Hope everything's going great for y'all. Um, on this December day, had a viewer who has commented and asked a question about Fifth Avenue's Chrysler embodies. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to go ahead and make a video about, sorry, about Chrysler embodies and putting the Magnum exhaust manifolds on them. Right. Aha, there we go. This one was a little stuck, but I got it open. So, here we go. Basically, the viewer wants to know, is it at all possible? Not really sure. We're going to find out, though. So, I've got a light. I know my sun is going down back here behind me, but I have a light. I have some measuring devices, and I have, where's that light at? Ah. So, as we can see down in there seems to be a pretty good amount of clearance on the driver's side. Now, if we look over here on the passenger side, it's a little harder to see, but you can see there seems to be a pretty good amount of clearance over here too. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that I think it is very doable to put the Magnum exhaust manifolds on an LA 318 or LA small block in one of these M bodies. I don't think it's an impossibility. The reality is that while on the driver's side you might think it's going to be really difficult, it isn't. I mean, here's the manifold, and I've got my fingers right now on the downward portion of the manifold. Just below the manifold there, my fingers pointing to it. I'll use this right here. That's the exhaust flange right there. Okay, that's the exhaust flange. That's the exhaust flange of the exhaust system. That's a catalytic converter right there underneath all of this. So you eliminate that on a car like this, which is way over 25 years old. There shouldn't be no issues. Okay. The reality is, I don't have a Magnum exhaust manifold for the 318, any of the small blocks, but I do have a Magnum exhaust manifold for one of the 239s. 3.9 liter, if you're kind of lost on that. See if it's here in my junk pile. I know I had one somewhere. Where I put it, I don't remember. Yeah. Here we go. This is the passenger side one. Here's one of them. Okay. I don't remember how I wound up with these either. So, right here is the manifold I'm talking about. Now, if you want to know why anybody would go to the trouble to replace one manifold with another, let me show you. One is that the manifold, this section of the manifold enlarges right here because you got two cylinders coming into each other, okay? This, you see this manifold, this leg here is pretty smooth running. Okay, so it just comes out and goes straight into the runner here. Now, another thing here is the outlet. Okay, now, let me preface all of this with that whenever you do change your exhaust system, to get the most out of it, you sometimes will need to make changes to the ignition system or to the fuel system. So therefore, you will need to do something with the carburetor. In this case, it would be a carburetor. Not unless you're fortunate enough to put some sort of fuel injection system on there. And then, of course, probably the best thing to do is get yourself an O2 sensor with a AFR gauge, and then you can monitor all of that a lot better, and then really razor tune everything and get it all right there. Get it all just really, really accurate. But now, the Magnum manifolds, you will see an increase. How much can vary. Okay, so they do flow better though. Okay, so let's just see what's the outlet size on this one. Okay, so the outlet size on this guy is going to be something like, we're at 1 and 3/4. 1 3/4 it looks like, with the measuring tape. Can I get any more accurate with this? Just a little bit above 1 3/4. So, okay. Maybe 1 7/8. All right. Okay. All right. Now, so, if we look right here, though, there is quite a bit of space, and these manifolds, they don't kick out a whole lot. So, the reality is that having this on there, it's not, this is the passenger side, and I'm looking at the driver's side. Okay, so, but like I was showing earlier, even though there's a lot of wires and stuff in the way, there is a fair amount of space down there. Your catalytic converter is down there on this side as well. Just as a little note, I know I'm saying get rid of the catalytic converters. Wherever you live at, that's your job. Okay? I ain't saying get rid of them. I'm saying wherever you live at, that's what you need to be investigating. Okay? You need to be checking on that. Not me. Okay? I may not live where you live. So the laws there may be different. Okay? So, a 25, 30 something year old car, they may be like, yeah, you still need to have catalytic converters on it. Well, here's a plus to all that. The catalytic converters they make today, some of them are really, really good, so they flow really good. The aftermarket ones, some of them they're really good. So, anyway, yes, putting this over here, yes, I know it's a V6. Okay, this is a V6 manifold, but it is very representative of the V8 manifold. So, don't hound me in the comments about it. I'm going to say that doing this over here is very, very doable. Okay, this is a very doable swap. I don't see no negatives to it. And like I said, if your emissions requirements in your state, wherever you live at, or city, wherever you live at, if their emissions requirements there are, let's see if I can get my measuring tape to cooperate. Let's see. Get an idea of the amount of space from the cylinder head to this panel, which is removable, by the way. So we're looking at something like 3.5 inches. Okay. All right. And what do we got here? I know I'm running out of daylight, but this guy's been waiting for a while for me to make this video, and I had some other things I had to take care of today. So, let me set this camera down because it is like I need both hands for this. Okay. All right, so I've got the video here, or video, duh. I've got the measuring tape. The highest point on here, we're looking at 3 inches, so I've got 3.5 inches of space there. This is, the passenger side is the tightest side, so I don't see any reason why anybody couldn't use a Magnum manifold, the proper Magnum manifold. Okay, using a Magnum manifold on one of these is Magnum manifolds plus plural. I don't think it's a bad problem. It's pretty cold out here, okay, so I'm not talking real well. But yeah, you've got quite a bit of space. There's just, I don't think you really have anything to use a Magnum manifolds on one of these. I don't think there's any problems. One thing I would do though is I would ditch the exhaust system that's on this, and I would make sure that my head pipes coming down off the manifolds are of at least equal size to the manifolds, maybe even a little bit larger, you know, and make sure that they accommodate what that manifold can do, because if they don't, you know, it's kind of a waste, you know. Not only that, those outlets are probably going to be in a little bit different place than these, okay. And when it comes to restrictive manifolds, I mean, oh my God, look at these. They're pretty restrictive, even though these cars actually ran pretty decent considering. So, okay. Anyway, all right. So I thank you all so much for watching. I thank you so much for subscribing. If you have any other further questions, ideas, anything you want to contribute to the channel, feel free to. I will try to get back to you and film, you know, answer your questions and do all of this stuff like making this video here as soon as humanly possible. I still do work a regular job, so so I have to do this little by little by little. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for watching. God bless. Have a great one. Oh, and have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas to y'all. Okay. Thank you. God bless.